everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm not going to talk about environmental things. I am going to talk about long COVID because I've had long COVID. And I'm saying had because I would say that I am 80 to 90% recovered now, which is great. So I want to give you some share some hope, share my success a little bit with you, but I also want to talk about what long COVID is and spread that, because I think that the world needs to hear more about how it is for people living with this. And I also think that if you are someone who's suffering from long COVID, I'm hoping that this could help you, that you could feel less lonely, because I see you, I know how it is, and just comment down below or message me. And I also want to share this for just if you know someone with long COVID, give another story, maybe give you some better understanding so you can be of better support. And if you haven't heard about long COVID, great, please listen to everything I have to say, and I hope that that you will learn something. So let's get into it. What is long COVID? Long COVID is you get the virus, COVID-19, and you don't recover. You still have symptoms. In some places I've read after 12 weeks, and I also read 8 weeks. To me, it doesn't really matter, like when you have symptoms for a long time, and it's not normal to have symptoms after a virus that long after. However, it seems like 1 out of 10 people getting COVID is actually still having symptoms after 12 weeks. And to me that seems like a lot of people. So we should talk more about this. So for me, I didn't get really sick. I just it felt like a bad cold or like a flu, and it only lasted like a week. You know, like fever and normal stuff. And I just stopped in this state of not being able to fully go back to my normal life. I tried working a little bit, but I couldn't, and I just felt like, okay, well, I need to give myself some more time. And I did for a couple of weeks, and then I felt pretty good, and I thought, well, okay, it's been like 4 weeks now I think I can start going back to my normal life. I went to the physio, and this is something that to me is really important to share, that everyone has been doing their best, but I got advice to go for quick walks, and he said it was really important for me to get my heart rate up, and I got some exercises and I did them, and at the same time I tried to go back to work, and this just didn't work at all for me, and I crashed, like really bad crashed, and 2 weeks later I could barely get outside. I could walk really slowly for like 2 minutes, and then I would struggling breathing, and like working, going for long walks, exercise, everything like that was just not possible at all. I was so far away from that, and that was like my low point. And then like since then, so yeah, because I didn't tell you, like when I got sick in June, middle of June, and this was like end of July, and since then I've been slowly getting better and better, but it has been a lot of ups and downs. It has not been a straight line upward, not at all, and that's been very hard. I think like our brains like it when it's like, oh, I've been doing this much progress now during a month, so I should then be back to normal about this time, and there's just no way you can do that with long COVID. That's hard. But so I was going up and down. So for my symptoms, the big one, my main one, was fatigue, and I think that is the most common one for people with long COVID. I just didn't have energy for anything. I was struggling a lot with like normal activities that I could usually do, like housework. It was very, very hard, and like could only go on short walks, and I got really tired from things I didn't even think that I could get tired from. I got post-exertional malaise, I think you call it, PEM, and that's when you do some physical or mental activity and then not straight after usually, I guess it could be straight after, but after that, like could be the next day, you just crash. So I could have pushed myself a little bit, gone for a walk that was too long, or trying to work. I could have been in a Zoom meeting, and next day I wake up with a really bad headache, a sore throat, so it feels like I'm getting sick again. I would have body aches, feel a little bit feverish. That could be my new state for a little bit before I recovered and got a little bit better. So this is what I mean with my ups and downs. They were usually related to that. I also got POTS, another hard word, Postural, orthostatic, tachycardia syndrome. I'm reading this because it's hard, which basically means that it's really hard for your body to be in a standing position. Even sitting can be hard, so your heart rate goes up into the roof. So sometimes I think mine was a bit like mild, but yeah, when I was standing up for a little bit too long or going for walks, my heart rate could go up really high and I could get dizzy, and I had to lie down to recover. And lastly, I also had brain fog. It was really hard for me to concentrate, and I still got that a little bit, but there could be so many more different symptoms. So I've been in a group called Body Politics Long Haulers, something like that. I will put a link down below. They have a great Slack group with everything. It's such a great resource about what long COVID is, if you've got it. And there I've read about so many different symptoms. So you could get a lot of weird ones. So you can get like digestive issues and get new food sensitivities that you haven't had problems with before. You can get eczema and chest pain. That's something I had for a while at first. And your hormones can be out of whack. And I experienced that like 3 months in. I had a very weird cycle. And your temperature can be high and off. And obviously, I think a lot of people have heard about losing smell and taste, and that one can last for a long time after. Luckily for me, that didn't happen. And you can also have mental health issues, and not only because you're sick and your life has changed and you're isolated and things like that. The virus can also affect your brain, your mental health, and like give you anxiety and things like that. So it's very weird, a bit scary actually, all the things that can happen to you after this virus. And it can last for a very long time. So I got sick 9.5 months ago. And I know people that got sick early on, February, March last year, 2020, and they're still sick. And yeah, it's bad. This is why I think even if you're young, if you haven't had COVID and you feel like, well, I'm young, so I shouldn't have to be that careful. It doesn't matter if I get it. Well, if you're unlucky, it can really affect your life. So just so you know, be careful anyway. A lot of young people are getting long COVID. So there are some theories behind this, but obviously no one really knows why. Some scientists say that the virus is still in the body, so you have like virus cells, dead virus cells in the body, and it could be like in your gut or in your head or like your nose. Digestive issues can be from that, or if you still can't smell or taste, it could be because the virus is still in, I don't know, some part of your brain or your nose or something. So that's one theory. And I also know that your immune system could be like overactivated for some reason and being on high alert, and it's like it got stuck there after the virus, and that is what creating all these weird symptoms. And for some reason, we are not healing. But so what happened to me is that I was slowly getting better and better. Not fully recovered, well, not at all, like until early February. So that was 8 months in. And I was feeling better. And I had more good days than bad days, and my bad days weren't as bad, and my good days were getting better. And I felt that, like, I knew that I am eventually gonna be fully recovered and feel 100% back to normal. And a lot of things that I've tried, they've helped me a little bit. Everything has helped me a little bit. So I was convinced that I was gonna get fully recovered, but I just thought that, yeah, it could still be a while. But luckily for me, the body politics group that I mentioned earlier, I found a great meditation group through that one. So we were like 10 to 15 people doing meditations together once every week. And another woman in that group, I mean, the community was so good, and it's such an important part of healing, I think. And one woman mentioned a course called DNRS, Dynamic Neural Retraining System, DNRS. In February, I got to try that. And it has just been magical. I have seen such a big shift. And that's why I'm saying now that I am getting close to full recovery. So 5 weeks ago, I started the course, and everything is different now. I'm feeling so much better, so much better, and I am so much happier. Like, my emotional state is better than I think it used to be before I got the virus. So I can't recommend this program enough. So that's what I'm doing at the moment, and because you're supposed to do it for at least 6 months. So I'm doing that. So the DNRS program is based on that the virus caused a brain trauma. And long COVID means that your brain is stuck in emergency mode, or the fight, flight, or freeze response. Because that part of the brain is regulating all the hormones in the body, and is sending signals to the immune system saying that, oh, the virus is still here, we got a virus, so you need to be on high alert. And it regulates the energy levels. That's the reason why we get all these weird symptoms. It's because the brain is sending signals, because it thinks that we're still in this emergency state. So the program is helping the brain to go from that emergency state to the rest, digest, and healing state, so the body can start to heal. And for me, yeah, that has worked so well. The program starts with a course. So I did the online one, so it's a 14 hours course, and they recommend you doing it over 4 days. But that was just too much for me. I couldn't be in front of a screen for that long a day. So it took me 2 weeks or something to do it. And after a week, and I had done less than half after a week, because I picked up how much I was doing every day later on, I felt such a big improvement. It was just something that clicked for me. And then I started to get my energy back. I could go for longer walks, and my brain fog was not as bad. And I just obviously got so much happier. And yeah, it really made such a big difference. And I know that the reason why I'm feeling so good now, that is because of DNRS. 100%, it's DNRS. So I really hope that if you're in the same situation as I was, like, please check it out, because it's amazing, you guys. And it can be very lonely, this thing, and I think community is so important, and that's why I'm reaching out to everyone, and like, please reach out to me. And I'm so happy for the community within the DNRS, and I'm also happy for the community in the body politics group. Even though right now I'm not reading the barely anything because I don't want to focus on my symptoms. I wanted to tell you this, but except from that, my life is not about disease or sickness. It's about so many other good things and living my life. And I've been getting my life back. That's what happened. I think that's everything that I wanted to share. If you want, I can make another video about things that I've tried, because I've tried so many things, and I can help you out with things that worked really well for me and things that didn't have an effect on me, if you're interested. And otherwise, I will be making more videos about environmental things, and I am so excited to do that again. So thank you so much for listening to this, what I think is a very important message. And please spread it to everyone you think needs to listen to this. I hope you have a great day and take care. Bye.